We're really living in a liminal space, and like real safety feels far away. We aren't just consuming news these days. When we are watching Americans getting shot over and over again by ICE, we are being violated. For those of us in authentic resonance circles and the befriending labs, we know that this is happening in Minnesota, but it doesn't just threaten Minnesota. And it's not because it also threatens other states. And it is because it is bringing our nervous systems into rage. And for myself and others I know, it's a collective, just a collective biological violation. And it is the collapse for some of us. It's a hopelessness and a collapse. And so it's more than vicarious trauma, but it is vicarious trauma for many of us. It's moral injury. And there's protective parts that are trying to keep you safe by doing things that are going to make you feel better, because this is hard, and this, what we are feeling, many of us, it's hard to sit with. And so we may be doom scrolling or looking for certainty when there is none. And if you need to, I don't know, sometimes some people are putting up a shield, a sensing field shield. And so we do know that to stay effective as healers, we need to practice, right? We need to stay repatterned and updated. And the frequency of breaking news is going to trigger your middle ear for threat. That is how it is designed. And so, you can counter that by some low frequency, vagal toning, the voo, to signal your own vagus nerve. There's also a way that we can watch in an honoring sense that isn't a hyper vigilant and hyper aroused, like consuming, but rather a dedicated time. Therapists know, I hope, I know I can't pour from a field that's been depleted. And so I know over and over and over again during the day, I need to center and really be very purposeful with grounding, with cueing my system for safety. And we need to remember that we're doing our best. And so I offer some tools. EFT is a tool, and I would use it. We have a setup statement. I should be doing this. We have a setup statement that's, even though, and so even though I feel helpless right now, I know I'm doing the best I can and will continue to do so. We are responsible for our own communities, and that repatterning, that working on our nervous system is going to really be helpful when we're dealing with a situation like this. And it's going to help us stay out of the trauma response, because when we know how to change state, we can come from way too sympathetic to just a lot sympathetic. we do know how to downregulate. And so those longer out breaths, self-havening, skin to skin and pressure, bilateral tapping, binaural beats, just to name a few. The felt sense focusing. We can do it even when we're feeling bad. Um, and we are feeling bad, at least and you may be dealing with vicarious trauma. And it's important to know that the symptoms are the sympathetic freeze and the dorsal shutdown response. And if you are dealing with that, just know that it could be because of the current circumstances in our country. Thanks for listening.